Typical stories, typical opinions. I am typically Toya, and you are my reflection. So pull up a chair and come on in because the reflecting begins now. Y'all, I was starving my husband. And before y'all come for me, let me put it to you like this. I've been married to my husband for almost 20 years now. And just recently, within the last 5 or 6 years, I learned how to cook. All those years I went without cooking and preparing food on a regular, I am so ashamed. I was literally starving my husband. And before y'all come for him saying, so what if he hungry? Let him cook. If that's what he needs to do. If he hungry, he gotta do it for himself. He a man, he can cook. Well, I'm starting to look at things a lot differently now. I believe that it is my duty as a wife and a mom and a queen of this castle, this palace. I should take pride in preparing food to keep the family full, satisfied, content, and just all around looking healthy. I mean, I did prepare small things, meals. Of course, I tried my hand at frying chicken, pork chops, and things, but it wasn't a regular thing that I did at the house. Cooking dinner for me probably looked like chili dogs, burritos, nachos, stuff that didn't take a lot of labor. And I am ashamed to say it. As a mother of six, I have to take this time now to apologize to my two eldest sons and to my husband at the same time because my boys, Kilo and Eli, they experienced this lack of skills too. And now I have to get my head out to social media because that's basically where I learned how a meal should look for a man who works and for some oversized boys, growing boys. If it wasn't for TikTok and all those foodie clubs and foodie groups on Facebook, I don't know where I would be because, I did have cravings for certain things, but I never really even cooked a Thanksgiving holiday meal. I think until about 2018. Really, y'all, this is not the right conduct of a wife. And I am speaking to the wives out there and the homemakers out there because oftentimes we do neglect it as a responsibility. But if you check out Proverbs 31 said this is a good thing. It says that a woman should willingly serve her husband. It says that a wife should have willing hands. And the fact that I wasn't doing it, it's just the least of the problem because the biggest problem was I was not even willing to learn. But the older I've got and looking back, I do apologize to myself and to my family that I know better now. And as we learn better, we do better now. I don't want y'all to get mad at me and say, a wife ain't supposed to do this, a wife ain't supposed to do that. I'm just going by the word, in this case, I do refer back to the teaching of the Bible, you know. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. Now, I know it's not popular these days anymore to even advocate for marriage and love and relationships, traditional relationships. It's probably the most least popular thing on the internet right now, which I'm sad to say. But I still advocate for families and I still advocate for marriage under the traditional values because families, marriage creates families and families create communities. And that's pretty much my stance on that. So yeah, I started digging deeper to discover how am I supposed to use this blessing of being a wife? What am I exactly? What's my role here? And yes, a part of my role is keeping the house content, keeping the house healthy. And what better way to serve your family and the people you love than to serve them with food? And I know a lot of us grew up eating good, big mama them get in their kitchen and throw down. But see, like I told you, typically Toya, spent like 10 years in the penitentiary from a very young age at 19. So I basically missed out on the cooking classes at home. And I didn't take a lot of interest when my mama was in the kitchen. Not enough. Because when I got home, it took my niece and a couple of my cousins did try to show me how to prepare a few meals, but I didn't have their willing heart. That's the combination that stole the show when I became more willing. And y'all, to me, that's why I'm still learning and still growing in a lot of other aspects and a lot of other ways. So that's what I want you to take away from this today. Always be willing to at least learn how to do better, to put that effort in, to see your blessing, to be the blessing that you was created to be. Because we are all here as a gift to somebody else. And if we're using our gifts, we can be of better service to our household, to our families, and to our community. So I hope that man ain't mad at me. I'm through serving sandwiches, and I hope you are too. I hope you get in that kitchen and learn how to whip it up right, so that your man ain't up trying to cook for himself all the time, or you waking up in the middle of the night, somebody frying chicken. Your man in there messing around and messing up that kitchen because you didn't do it right the first time. So yes, sir, start clapping for yourself when you do it the right way. When you do go in there and learn a new recipe, you pulled up something on YouTube and got a good recipe, or you bought a cookbook. Applaud yourself, because that is the role you want to have, that image you want to have as a wife, as a woman, and as a mother. So yeah, some days are going to be better than others, but I think with us all trying to learn, being willing, I think that makes all the difference in the world. It did in my marriage, but maybe cooking is not what you need to be focusing on making better. Maybe it's forgiveness that will lighten the load on your household. Maybe you need to more, mm, learn more to laugh, be more joyful, to experience pleasure better. Maybe you need to learn to have more compassion at your house. But cooking was my thing. So I'm glad that I become more willing to learn and more open to the suggestions and being able to understand and see the need so that I can meet the need. And I can't promise it's gonna always be seasoned the way he like it, but it will be done to the best of my knowledge. And when I don't know, guess what? I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna at least try to find out. So y'all, I hope y'all enjoying our time here on Typically Toya, because that's all we doing is sitting down and just relating to one another, talking about our own life experiences, sharing our own goals and expectations out of this world, out of this universe. So check me out on my next video. Go ahead, like and subscribe if you found anything enjoyable about this conversation. And I'll see you all over there in the next one.